Welcome to my channel. I'm Scott, and in this video I'm going to walk you through the process of valuing PayPal stock by analyzing their financial statements and dissecting their financial ratios so we can determine if it's a buy or a sell. Let's get started with the model. This is a large cap company, 63 billion market cap. They're trading at $61 a share and they have 1 billion shares outstanding. PayPal processes online payments in almost every country. They offer an electronic alternative to traditional paper methods such as checks and money orders. They operate a payment processor for online vendors, auction sites, and many other commercial users. I use PayPal all the time to buy things online. The main way they make money is charging fees for the transactions. Let's take a look at their financials. The way you value a company is you estimate the free cash flows into the future and then you discount those numbers back to today's value. That's what we're doing in this video. And free cash flow is cash flow from operations minus capital expenditures. Pretty steady free cash flow, around $5 billion a year. It was low in 2023, $4.2 billion, but it rebounded in the trailing 12 months back to $5 billion. And they have pretty good margins. They converted 16% of their revenue into free cash flow in the trailing 12 months. Net income is the profit or loss on the income statement. It's revenue minus expenses. That also looks pretty steady in the low 4 billions each year. It looks like they took a pretty big dip in 2022. Probably an asset impairment. Their margins in the trailing 12 months are 14%. Revenue is growing slightly from 25 billion to 30 billion. Their share price is 61, revenue per share is 29. Price of sales is share price over revenue per share, so it's about a 2, maybe a little more than a 2. We estimated 4 years of future free cash flows. We also estimated a terminal value, which is all cash flows past year 4, that's 94 billion. We discounted those numbers back to today using a weighted average cost of capital. We get a value of the company of $84 billion. We divide that by 1 billion shares. And we get a calculated stock price of 80. They're trading at 61, so they're trading at a 64% discount. It is a buy according to the model. I think this stock has a lot of upside. It is getting beaten down over the years, but I think they're a solid company. There are 52 companies in the same industry as PayPal, and if they have a number in red, they're worse than the median. If they have a number in blue, they're better. They spend $560 million in CapEx, which is a lot more than median average, but a lot less than Visa, MasterCard, and Amex. A good debt to equity ratio. Look how high the average is, 5.2. They have the same debt to equity ratio as Visa, a lot better than MasterCard and Amex. They're one of the few companies that do not pay a dividend. OneMain pays 8.3%. Western Union 7.5%. Talk about a stock that has gotten hammered. Western Union has been bent over and pounded over the years. Some people think they're gonna go out of business. I don't think so though. They generate $5 billion of free cash flow, well behind the other 6 companies in the top 7. They rank 4th in market cap, really far behind Visa and MasterCard, less than half of Amex. Their price multiples look decent. 15 times PE, that's probably a little better than the S&P index, but it's better than the top 3. 13 times free cash flow, not as good as Amex, but a lot better than Visa and MasterCard. And 2 times revenue. They generate 30 billion of revenue. Number 1 is Amex. Amex generates almost as much as Visa and MasterCard combined. Amex looks like a good value. Most free cash flow, most revenue. Look at this company, Bread Financial. They have the best price multiples. Maybe I should take a look at that company. PayPal's revenue is still growing, a lot more than most companies in this industry. Blue Owl is number 1 at 28%. QFin is number 2. They're tied with AGM at 14%. If you put $10,000 into this company when they started trading in 2015, after 2 years, you would have been flat. Then you would have taken a rocket ship hitting $70,000. But the stock has gotten crushed since that peak in 2021. You're still up overall, but not nearly as high as you were. Let's take a look at their Wikipedia page. They started out in 1998 as Confinity, and they IPO'd in 2002. They were part of eBay when eBay acquired them. eBay paid $1.5 billion. Then 13 years later, eBay spun off PayPal into its own separate entity. So there was no PayPal stock in like 2003, 2004. It was part of eBay's numbers. But in 2015, when they spun it off, PayPal started trading under ticker PYPL. eBay still trades under ticker eBay. And just last year, PayPal became part of the MACH Alliance. There are some big companies that are part of the MACH Alliance. It was formed pretty recently in 2020 and it has over 100 members. A lot of the companies are in the software industry, but they have a lot of different industries as well. The purpose of this non-profit entity is to advocate for open technology ecosystems. They asked PayPal to join because PayPal has the same vision as MACH. The predecessor to PayPal was FieldLink, and it was started by Max Levchin, Peter Thiel, and Luke Nosek. They later renamed that company Confinity. Confinity developed security software for handheld devices. They didn't have that much success, so they switched to a digital wallet. And that was the first version of PayPal in 1999. In the year 2000, Confinity merged with X.com. Not Twitter, but Musk did have a company called X.com way back in 2000. Elon founded X.com in March 1999. Elon was really interested in the money transfer business Confinity developed. Bill Harris was Elon's partner, and he did not agree with Elon's vision, so he left the company. Sounds like a brilliant guy, Bill Harris. Must have been successful. What did Musk do with his life? Oh yeah, he started Tesla, and now he's worth like $300 billion. But the problem was Peter Thiel and Elon were fighting to run the company, and Peter Thiel won, so they gave Elon the boot. Subsequently, they renamed the company PayPal in 2001, then went public in 2002. They IPO'd at $13 and received $61 million for going public. Right after PayPal went public, eBay acquired them for $1.5 billion. And that's when it really took off, because anytime you bought something on eBay, you used PayPal. Not every time, but it was like 70% of all transactions were paid with PayPal. In 2005, PayPal acquired VeriSign. VeriSign controlled all the .coms and .nets on the internet. Then in 2007, PayPal partnered with MasterCard, and that led to the launch of PayPal Secured Card Service. And this was a big step forward because now it allowed people to use PayPal on websites that did not accept PayPal. Because MasterCard had a lot more access than PayPal. And by 2007, revenue of $1.8 billion. In 2008, they acquired Fraud Sciences. They paid $169 million for that acquisition. Fraud Sciences, also known as Qual, was an early attempt to create a digital currency. Also in 2008, they acquired Bill Me Later. Bill Me Later is a buy now, pay later website. It's similar to using a credit card. You buy something now, and then you pay for it at a future time. And whatever amount you have outstanding, you just pay interest on until you pay it off. Bill Me Later is not a bank, so they have to offer a line of credit through Synchrony Bank. By 2010, PayPal had over 100 million active users in 190 markets with 25 different currencies. In 2012, they partnered with Discover Card. That gives PayPal more access to different customers because there were 7 million stores in the Discover network. Because not every website had PayPal access. So building these partnerships with credit card companies gives PayPal more access. By the end of 2012, they processed $145 billion of payments. Billion dollars! And that accounted for 40% of eBay's revenue. So nearly half of eBay's revenue was from PayPal. That's just mind-blowing to think about it. In 2013, they acquired Iron Pearl. Also in 2013, they acquired Braintree. Braintree is a full-stack payment platform. What that pretty much means is it makes it a lot easier for someone to use PayPal on their personal website. Like if somebody had a store where they were selling things, when people check out, they can offer the option to pay with PayPal instead of just paying with a credit card. In 2014, eBay spun off PayPal into a separate entity. The very loud and aggressive Carl Icahn pushed for that. When somebody bought something on eBay, the first option to pay was PayPal. eBay said that PayPal won't be ahead of other payment options like credit cards. In 2015, PayPal acquired Zoom, X-O-O-M, not Z-O-O-M. Zoom is a payment platform founded in 2001, and they paid a hefty price, nearly $1.1 billion for that acquisition. That did help PayPal's international business. It gave them access to Zoom's 1.3 million active US customers. And those US customers sent $7 billion in the past 12 months to 37 different countries. Also in 2015, PayPal launched its peer-to-peer payment platform, PayPal.me. This allows people to send a custom link when requesting money. PayPal.me was launched in 18 countries, the US, UK, Germany, Australia, etc. PayPal was up to 170 million active users. In 2018, they acquired iZettle for $2.2 billion. They're a Swedish payment processing company. They were one of the first companies to develop a chip card reader. Then in 2019, they partnered with Instagram. So when people check out on Instagram to buy stuff, PayPal comes up. Unfortunately, PayPal invested in Uber and lost $500 million, so they reported a loss that year. They paid $4 billion for Honey. That's their biggest acquisition up to that point. Honey is a browser extension that automatically applies coupons when you check out. In 2021, PayPal was named the second most trusted brand globally. In 2022, they partnered with Shopify to offer Shopify payments to merchants in France. Last year, PayPal announced a US dollar stablecoin called PayPal USD. In October 2023, PayPal sold its subsidiary Happy Returns to UPS. Happy Returns is software that helps companies handle returns. Here's a list of some of their bigger acquisitions. We talked about Fraud Sciences and Bill Me Later. They paid $135 million for Where.com. They paid $240 million for Zong. This company allows users to make micropayments on the internet. PayPal didn't actually acquire Venmo. PayPal acquired Braintree. Braintree acquired Venmo for $26.2 million. PayPal paid $800 million for Braintree. Here's another big acquisition, Paydi. They paid $2.7 billion. Paydi is a Japanese payment processor. Here's their revenue since 2012. It went from $5.7 billion up to $30 billion. It goes up every single year. Net income doesn't go up every single year, but it has an upward trend from $800 million to $4.2 billion. Assets have increased a lot from $19 billion in 2013 to $82 billion. And their share price peaked in 2020, $234. So it's down a lot since that point. And their employee count peaked in 2021 at 31,000. eBay CEO Meg Whitman had a three-phase process to grow PayPal. In the first phase, most of the payment volume was coming from eBay. Because when some people won an eBay auction, they couldn't pay with credit card because they didn't have credit. So this opened up the floodgates for a lot more people to bid on auctions or to use the buy it now feature on eBay. And it was really safe because nobody can see your credit card information. It's locked at PayPal. Because we all feel weird buying stuff and giving our credit card, especially to a company we never heard of before. And they did a smart move, PayPal. In order to accelerate growth, they deposited $10 into a new user's account. So just by signing up with PayPal, you get $10 for free. In phase 2, they tried to cater to more business accounts. They offered seller protection, like a credit card company does. If you sell something on eBay and you ship the product out and the person scams you, PayPal will give you the money and protect you. Same thing if you buy something on eBay and you don't receive the product. PayPal will give you your money back. Then in phase 3, PayPal focused on transactions off of eBay. And to try to get more businesses and customers on board, they lowered their fee from 2.2% to 1.9%. They had a really aggressive referral business, giving $1,000 if you recruited a non-eBay merchant. And they developed a new sales force to get large merchants such as Dell, Apple, and Yahoo. They reduced fees for music purchases and micropayments, those really small purchases. Now PayPal is used in more than 200 countries, which is more than the number of countries in the world. I think there's 193 countries in the world. They partnered with Baidu in 2017 to get access to the Chinese market. They did cease operations in Crimea. That was in 2015. You can access PayPal in Israel, but not the Palestinian territories. In Pakistan, people can use their app Zoom, and they ceased operations in Turkey. The app is used in Sri Lanka. After the Ukraine invasion in 2022, they suspended all activities in Russia. PayPal expanded operations in Ukraine. Before 2022, Ukrainians could only send money, not receive it. Now they can do both. Peter Thiel said PayPal is not a bank because they do not engage in fractional reserve banking. Fractional reserve banking means a bank could take money and only keep a portion of that money and lend the rest out. PayPal keeps all the money. They don't loan any out. They keep all the money in preparation to transfer it to the next party. So that's the end of the video. Let me know what you think of this format, going through the history of PayPal. I could do a similar thing in future videos. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.